Hey, my brother.
Yo. Fellow Ghana.
Hey, this program is called For the Love of Arsenal. Yeah.
Eee.
The love
For
for
the love
Arsenal.
of Arsenal. For the love of Arsenal.
Yeah, for the love of Arsenal. It is not, sorry, it is, this is our first show together, actually,
Mhm.
on this podcast. And I hope anyone that comes and join us will enjoy this podcast. My name is Neil Amte, and my brother in crime is Neil Ante. That's my big
England.
brother. Yeah, that's my big brother right there. My brother,
but in reality, you're the big brother.
you live it like that. You just live it like that. Live it like that. Live it like. My brother, how is
Absolutely.
life?
Charlie, life is treating me well. I'm super pumped up for the game at Etihad tomorrow. I really can't wait to see what the boys will do. But for the very first time in a long while, we have a big game where I'm not perturbed. I'm actually looking forward to it. So yeah,
You're not perturbed,
nah,
but you sure?
nah. In time past, I will be shivering. I will be there. There will be fear all around me, and you could see, I'll be worried. But
Yeah.
I think we are going into this game with a lot of confidence. We have almost like a fully fit squad for this.
Hmm.
And yeah, really looking forward to what the boys will do tomorrow.
All
What about
right.
you? Any fear?
Eh, I never sit still when it comes to Arsenal. And it's
Yeah.
even in a darkest time, I
Mm.
never. The feeling is the same. Probably I just hate to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hate to lose, especially when with us now, I just can't stand it because it dictates my move, my
Mm.
mood actually during the week, how I feel. So I feel
Oh,
sitting here right now, I feel truly speaking, I feel a bit confident, but at the
oh,
same time, I don't want to be overconfident, because
yeah,
of the disappointment.
yeah.
Because I always say this. I played football before, and I understand sometimes games that everybody is so hyped up that you will win, you tend to disappoint. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
especially with that. I have PTSD with
Oh, okay.
yeah. I have to admit it, but like with Arsenal, I will never stop loving Arsenal. That is why
Yeah,
we have this podcast called You Understand. The
yeah.
the name of the podcast tells you how much we love the club. We are both Ghanaians. All my life I've been an Arsenal fan.
Oh,
But the truth be told, we've been in great positions to kind of win ourselves certain trophies.
right, right.
A Chelsea fan will banter you because you've not won the Champions League, but we've been to the final, we lost.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
I mean, for us, we
you
didn't
don't
have to
want to.
buy those trophies. We didn't have
Oh
to
yes,
buy those trophies like them.
yeah,
So
but I get that, but they are not buying that. You understand? We know, no, like with all the charges and everything, they
yeah,
know,
they'll
they know
go down. They'll go
what
down.
they've done. Yeah, I wish so, man. They shouldn't come after me, but I wish so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is it. Like, um, before we go into today's topic, I want your take on for the past, like, since the beginning of the year, the form of the team. I just want to know your take and how, because just after Christmas we started our usual, you
Blip.
know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people quite justified because they panicked because of our, like, last year's experience. It's like, oh, we're not going to win the league, and I want your take on it. Like, how did you feel back then, and the beginning of the year, to what have been your feeling towards the team?
To be funny, to be quite honest too, yeah, I've never really bothered. I've never been worried about our form this season. Of course, in the beginning, I expected us to blow teams away like we did from last season, which we did not. Now, my theory for this was that Ateta was sort of like preserving the energy of the boys for the second round of this season. And so, if you watch most of our matches at the beginning of this season, we were not in full flow, but we were still winning matches.
Managing games.
Exactly. So, you could see the team um, not blowing teams away. Of course, for me, I don't really expect us to blow teams away every time. But there were moments where I felt, look, maybe we just pulled our feet off the gas for some time. And
Mm-hmm.
probably the trip to Dubai in January, maybe in December, January, maybe did a lot of good to us. And that's why my theory comes in. So my theory was that Arteta deliberately positioned or instructed a team to play like that in the first half of the season. Now, in the second
Right.
half of the season, that's where you need all the energy. That's where you need most of your players fit. That's where you need to be on the, um, uh, the gas.
Accelerator. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So go all in because you have nothing to lose at that time. And so the idea was to stay in and around the title in the first half of the season, which I think we did. Many people may have actually lost sight of it, but teams were not still playing as out of position. We were still dominating games. We were still being very dominant in those games, even those games we lost. The loss against
Fulham.
Newcastle, they lost against Fulham, they lost against West Ham, which was, were games that, to be very honest, I don't think we had to lose those games because
Yeah.
we played exceptionally well per our standard. Yes, we were not at our extreme best, but we played so well and didn't deserve to lose those games. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we lost them against Newcastle by, a frivolous, goal. Against West Ham, we completely dominated them. We created
Yeah.
lots of chances.
Yeah.
How they won the game is still like a mystery to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Against Fulham, maybe one would say we deserved it because we weren't too proactive on that day. But yes, we
Yeah.
still held the ball more. We
Yeah.
dominated possession. Maybe we didn't create a lot more that time. But
Yeah.
we came back completely different side,
Yeah.
very energetic and very organized and playing a lot more proactive football. We are being very more dominant defensively. We are being extremely solid, which is something that wins you trophies. If your defense is solid, very strong and resilient, it wins you titles, and that's what we've been. We've been very fortunate in the second half of the season that we've not had a bit more injuries, but we've had our share of the injuries. Timber has been out throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu and Thomas Partey has barely featured for us this season. So we've had our own share of injuries, but Ateta has managed to, and also with the addition of the signings he made over the summer, has added a bit more steel, and we've had a lot more options because we tend to forget that Gabriel Jesus hasn't really played a lot of matches. But
Played.
we've not
Yeah.
missed it. But I
Yeah.
mean, we've not missed it because
Yeah.
Kaya Havertz, who came under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of criticisms in his first couple of days at Arsenal, has suddenly transformed. We are seeing that
What
Kaya
was your
Havertz Leverkusen.
What was your take? Sorry for cutting you. What was your take during that time? What was your take on the whole the energy around him? Like, what was your take? Because for me, my take was, I understand the current generation of football fans
Mm-hmm.
where they want instant like impact. You
Right.
understand? But
Right.
you have to be around football and sports in general to
Right.
understand that it takes people are different, and it takes other players or people to
Right.
relate into an environment to
Mm.
understand what the demands are for from them or for them.
Right. Right.
I was like, it will work, but
Mm.
it's a matter of time because
Yeah.
we've seen players coming at Arsenal like that. Not
Mm.
even Arsenal alone, but the whole world. If you follow football, sometimes it happens like that. So,
Yeah.
what was your doing then? And then we will lead into our topic.
To be honest, I mean, if you follow my timelines on social media, especially on
Mm.
X, I never really criticized the signing, but I wasn't too enthused about the signing in the earlier stages. But
Yeah,
for me, as a passionate Arsenal fan, I support our players. And once they don the Arsenal jersey,
yeah,
those players need all our support. They need our love and support basically. And so for me, during those very difficult moments for Carves, I still sort of like felt there was a player in him, and to some extent, I trust Arteta. I if this signing has told us anything at all, that as fans we know very very little about
about
signing. We know very
yes,
very little about signing.
very little about signings. Yeah,
Ateta and Edu have done so well to identify a specific player they need and a player they've they feel could really come into the team and take us to the next level. And that's what the
yeah,
signing of Carvet actually done. During
yeah.
those times, honest,
Yeah.
I was very shaken. You know,
Um.
I was I wasn't worried about it. I knew eventually he will come good,
yeah,
because there's always that player in him,
yeah,
and players, like, needs that environment, needs that support around them to start performing.
yeah. My other thinking was also the main reason why I was calm and I felt
Mm.
it would work out was um yeah, we are looking from the outside, right?
Right, right.
And every signing a club does, there's always a thought process into it.
Hmm.
Yes, sometimes those players might come in and it might not work. It is part of the game. You
Hmm.
understand? It is part of the game. Even the greatest of coaches have made signings that everybody expected them to work, but it didn't. So
Right.
I understand where the energy was coming from.
Mm.
First and foremost, he played for Chelsea. Secondly, Chelsea, whether they like it or not, they destroy players most of the time. Yeah, true.
Mm.
Like you may win there,
Mm.
but the player
We'll live there
you
the same.
you
Yeah,
don't you never live there the same.
yeah,
It no matter how. Look at uh, Hazard, for example.
yeah,
So that was my thinking. So I was like, and I truly, I trusted Ateta. I know you could see what they were doing.
yeah,
The evidence is on the ground. Like now, as an Arsenal fan, yes, we've not won anything.
yeah.
We won the FA Cup.
Mm.
We've won the Community Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I'm proud of it. I don't
Yeah,
care. But yeah, I don't care. It is part of the trophy list. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
if other teams win it, they're allowed to say
Celebrate. Yeah,
it
yeah.
is only Arsenal that we are being gagged not to appreciate our steps, our
Crazy,
progress. Understand?
crazy.
It is our progress. Anyway, talking about progress, um, the international break, I don't like it, but came at the right time. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't like it, especially in this
Ah,
not
yeah,
take part of the season. I
yeah.
don't like, but it came at the right time
Mm.
because yes, I read that Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu had behind the scene game or whatever, and it helped. It will help some players like Vieira,
Mm-hmm.
and some players who have not really had game time, to
Mm-hmm.
just Smith Rowe and other players. So I think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the players who went and then came back to, it was also good for them. So for me, all in all, I don't like the international break, but it's okay. We are back.
Right.
Hopefully, we are back, and then this is the topic we're talking about today. Um, Current squad news.
Yeah.
I don't know. You are in the UK, so maybe your sources have given you some information. Just because all I've read on the net and the press conferences from Ateta, he states that practically they will have a session today, and
Mm.
then he will know. But the Martinellis and everybody should be back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe your sources have it that Timber might also join. So I want your a little take on it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I really get um the whole thing. I mean, it's a worry for us. When the news broke that Martinelli, Gabriel, Big Gabby at the back,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Saka may not be, or were carrying some injury. It was a worry and a panic for us because, to be very honest, no matter how you look at it, we've not faced Manchester City at the Etihad with a fully
hmm
fit squad. We have not faced them before, and
Let me
so.
ask you this question.
Mhm.
It's a quick question. Sorry. Um, do you think? Okay, actually, it's a silly question because
Oh, no.
I know tribalism in football. Like when it comes to Arsenal, but
Mhm.
it's how I feel. I
Yeah.
feel people tend to give excuses to certain teams, like the Liverpools,
Mm.
but then it comes to us, oh,
Mm.
you fail, and we don't care how you fail.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
it comes to other teams,
Yeah.
like the Man Cities and oh, Man City, yes, they've won the Champions League before, yeah,
Mm.
once.
Yeah.
But when people talk now, even some of their supporters, when they talk, you think they've been winning the Champions League for the past 20 years. Forgotten, yeah, but they've forgotten that they've gone to a final, they failed in the
Yeah.
final, but when it comes to us now, the energy,
Yeah. No, they
understand?
hate us. And they and the whole hate emanates from the fact that we win organically. We win
And stuff.
without financially doping the system. We win
Yeah,
without having all these 115 charges over our heads. We win without financial fair play on our necks. And so people hate it. People hate traditional teams like Arsenal, like even Liverpool. Liverpool wins organically. These are
yeah,
traditional football clubs. Manchester United could also be in the frame too as well. And so for me, I really don't, you know, some people even say they love it when people hate us because like it means we are truly back, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
It means we are truly back. But yeah, like you rightly said, the and Micah Riches, no, a former Manchester City, Aston Villa player, said
yeah.
that when it comes to Arsenal, it's like everybody wants to lump in. It's like everybody
It's
wants,
true.
you
Yeah,
know, everybody, everybody's team is allowed to have injury and be given a pat on the back when they lose. Oh, sorry, because Mohamed Salah didn't play, or because Kevin De Bruyne or Ruben Diaz or Rodri didn't play. But people tend to forget that we had to go and face Manchester City last season in a title challenging crunch with Rob Holding, who today can't even get first 11 at Crystal Palace.
yeah,
Like, so there's no nuance in in the conversation when it comes to Arsenal. It's always black or white when it comes to Arsenal. But with other teams, they afford the opportunity to have like a middle ground,
ground.
and people have sympathy or empathy towards those clubs. But with Arsenal, it is never the same. But yeah, I mean, we like it like that. This truly shows that we are back. We are competing second season on a row. And I'm telling you this, bro. it is just about time. Whatever we do, even if we don't win the league this season, don't let anybody tell you we've bottled this on that. No, we
No.
were all
Uh,
in the league together.
uh,
We started the same matches. We've played the same number of matches. Many teams have even spent more than us, but they are 11th. They are actually on
Listen,
the edge of the league title.
I fully agree
They,
with you,
they
and
have nothing on us, bro. They have nothing on us. We
no,
are building a team, and we will get there.
I get the banter and everything on a daily basis. We can laugh and we can banter each other over, but the fact shows that we are on a
No,
different.
we are so far ahead of them, bro. We are so far
You
ahead of the
see,
Manchester,
I
uh,
asked somebody this question, yeah,
the
2 years ago, 2 years ago, when
mm,
Ateta started all these projects, yeah,
right.
most of our supporters, or 100% like of the fan base, where we
Mhm.
want to change. And I asked somebody this question: what do you mean you want to challenge?
Mm,
If you are telling me you want to challenge, then you should expect that in the process of challenging, you might come second, you might come third. At
yeah,
the end of the season, you prove to the world that you are ready to fight to win the title.
right.
And what for the past 11 years, or no, for the past, let's say from 2010,
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
we've been yearning for, just for Arsenal to challenge.
yeah,
You understand? And in the process of challenging, you must strike gold, and
yeah.
then you win the title. But be there, and
Being
that
the
is
mix, be
be in the midst
yeah.
exactly. And so I find it hypocritical from some of our fan base that you are asking for challenging, and we are
Mhm.
doing it, and yet you are complaining.
No, bro, you just need to know that there's always going to be those set of fans. There are those set of fans. We win three, they said, why didn't we win five? We win five, we
Yeah,
should have won eight. You know, they would always come, they would always complain, they would always moan. But at the end of the day, we just need to critically assess and analyze how far we've come as a football club. We were really in the trenches. And even in those
oh my
trenches,
brother.
we didn't finish 11. In those trenches, we did not finish 11 2 seasons on a row.
Yeah,
Even even the time we were at our lowest, we did not finish 11th. We didn't spend
yeah,
close to £1 billion or over £1 billion.
yeah,
We did not
yeah,
finish 11th. And that is
yeah,
what we need to also always look at the conversations. But, like we said, it is Arsenal. So everybody has
yeah.
to see something. Everybody has to come,
Lamping and cut
you know,
get
you
your
know.
share.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, they really hate that it is us. And they know, bro, like once we win this league, look, whether this season or next season, Ateta will definitely win this league. And when he does, and I'm praying it is this season because he has to win it when Klopp
the hard
and
way. Yeah, yeah,
are still in
yeah,
there. Because we don't want to say, oh, these people they couldn't win it when Klopp and Guardiola was in there. They
yeah,
they
yeah,
had to wait for them to leave before they win it.
yeah.
We are going to win it when Klopp and Guardiola are still there. Then we will tell those people that look, we are back and we are back for good.
And this is not from me. This is my special agent. It's written from. It's coming from him. Ateta's
Sharp,
assistant.
sharp, sharp,
Okay,
sharp.
so it means that we are all okay with the latest news on the injury
Yeah,
side,
yeah,
the
yeah,
team
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we are
and
told that
everything. Okay,
Martinelli, Saka, Gabriel, Big Gabby,
yeah,
it's likely they will join the team. Yeah, it looks like for us, we may have a full squad, a fully fit squad. Tommy, I'm just happy with Tommy Yasu.
yeah,
Kivio
me too.
has been amazing. I don't think we need to sit out Kivio for this. Kivio has to be in the mix. Really happy that he's fit. He's not just like a fringe player. No, not at all. He's coming and has delivered. Like he's been outstanding. Faultless,
Yeah,
faultless. So we need to keep that in mind. Jorginho, these are the matches you want to see him in. Once he's in there, he's able to pull the strings. at some point in time when the tough, when the going gets tough, we may have Partey in to support Rice and Odegaard in there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just incredible, the news we are hearing.
All right, that takes us smoothly into the main topic,
Mm,
the preview. Um, Arsenal, Arsenal, Man City.
mm,
Um, Facts. We can go back and look at the number of times we've lost to them, right? But I also know that with all the coaches around, it is only Arteta that has actually proven that he can win against Guardiola twice. He has proven, especially this season, right?
yeah.
And and when you look at the way the team is playing now, yeah,
Hmm.
if you look at last season and you look at some of the games, especially some of the games we played against the top six,
Hmm.
and you look at this season,
Hmm.
we did quite well last season
Hmm.
and than we have this season so far, right?
Hmm.
So far, because we still have Tottenham and Chelsea to play. But looking at the team, the demeanor of the team,
Yeah.
it looked fearless.
Mm,
And that is what for years, I was yearning to see from my national team.
yeah.
Then style of play, second to none. Defense, for me, and I was on a podcast with a guy some time ago, and I told him before the season started, I said to him, for me, my best player is not Saliba in the defense, it's Gabriel.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
And even that time, they were calling him Bozo. I was like, he's never a Bozo. You guys don't understand. He's the most
Yeah.
aggressive defender I've come across so far in the modern age,
Yeah.
especially Premiership.
Yeah.
And I'll take him over Ruben Diaz because
Mm.
it's
Oof.
easy on the no.
Oof.
I'm telling you no. But let me explain. It is easy on the eye. Yeah, when
Mm.
he's winning and a
Mm.
new player comes in
Right.
with quality already, like Ruben Diaz. He has the
Right.
quality. He came into a winning team.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it is
Yeah.
easy to kind of
Fitting.
to fit in.
Right.
And because you have the quality, it will show.
Right.
But when you watch, and I'm not comparing the two, but in a way, that is what I'm trying to do for people to
Okay.
look at Gabriel in a different light.
Right.
When you look at, let's say, Diaz and
Mm-hmm.
see the games that he played beginning of the season, you could see
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't himself. He was all over
Right.
the place. He was making
Right.
mistakes. He made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
Stones, but for him, I don't even like the hype around him because he will play 10 games in the season and he's the best defender. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you look at Gabriel, he's actually growing with the team. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, we've all seen his mistakes, but if you compare last season, our disappointment, our disappointment was more with somebody like Holding. You
Mm.
understand?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't Gabriel's fault.
No.
It wasn't, and then if you look at even last season, why we folded, you could see it was because we didn't take even certain chances.
Right.
When we even played Man City at home, we missed so many chances. Nketiah missed so many chances.
Mm-hmm.
Holding was making a whole lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at in isolation, Gabriel alone as a defender for the past 2 years, to me, he's my best Arsenal defender.
Mm. Facts. Facts.
The facts are also there to back me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But yes, we all like to see the smooth type, and Saliba is our little darling. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love him, but I'm going with what I like. I feel extremely comfortable when
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel starts a game than when Saliba starts a game. That is my
Mm,
opinion. So
mm.
hearing that he was he had a little knock or something, I was like, no, this guy needs to play. We need him.
Right, right,
We need him. So
right.
with this team, with this defense, the back four going
Mm-hmm.
in game with
So, 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 what will your back four be?
we will get there. We will get there.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
it, it, we will
It's
get
somewhere
there.
in the middle. No problem.
It's
No problem.
somewhere around the corner. So
No,
for
no.
me, um, the way I've seen the team play, especially our away games, right?
Yeah.
You see, I don't know whether it has to do with just recent football fans or whatever, but when you go through history, and especially when they talk about Arsenal, they talk
Mm-hmm.
about Arsenal like in the last, and I get it, like the cities and the Chelsea's, and they started winning like 15 years, 20 years. So when they talk within that time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I argument. But
yeah.
when you look at the Arsenal and you call Arsenal a bottle team or a team who doesn't know how to handle games, yes, there have been periods in our history that we fail. But every club has that history, right?
Right.
But one history that we have, check under Arsene Wenger, even under Arsene Wenger, there was a season, I think we went a whole season without losing a game away from home.
Mm,
You understand?
yeah.
It's only Arsenal Football Club. These are certain dynamics and things around Arsenal a lot of people don't talk about. We are not a weak team.
Yeah.
Yes, we but let me focus on the game. I
Mm,
feel I feel that um, with the current squad and the
mm-hmm,
mentality they have,
mm-hmm,
especially away, if
mm-hmm,
we can put City for the first 20 minutes and
mm.
stick it, we are winning this game.
Oof. So for you,
Yes.
we need to keep it tight for the first 20 minutes. If we are in the game after
We
20
should play
minutes,
our game. We should
yeah.
play our game. Because
Mm,
if you've watched all the games that we play,
mm-hmm,
first 10, 15 minutes, we play our game, but we are a bit not too cautious, but we are
mm,
cautious. You understand?
mm.
And we're taking our chances now. So I think City should be more scared than we,
Ooh,
because no, because listen, this is another thing. If we win this game,
mm-hmm,
we've given ourselves a cushion because already we are leading City with a point. So it
yeah,
will be 4 points.
yeah.
You understand? So within that time, even if we lose a game, we're
We'll
still
still
okay.
be, yeah, yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
When if so we I'll say we need a win more, but if we get the win, it will give us that cushion and we can say, okay, yes, we
Mm,
know City can go 10 games on a round. We know they can do that. We know they can do that. But if we take this step, then okay, let them do whatever they want to do. Liverpool is also there. I don't want to underestimate them
mm.
because I from the beginning of it, I was thinking it was luck on their side, but
Okay. They are still
they
there.
they are still there. So I
Yeah.
don't want to just talk about us and blah blah. But the truth is that City, as a City, if I'm a City fan, I'll be thinking we don't need to lose this game. We need the win more than Arsenal.
That's now okay. Mm, mm. Right. I mean,
So that's my take.
no, no. I get you. But of course, there are so many dynamics to this game, and
Yeah.
again, you have to discuss them. Um, and you perfectly sum that up. You have to discuss that with the nuances that it comes with.
Mhm.
The whole point is that this is not like a title decider. This is
No.
not like the final game of the season.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why I sort of like try to demystify the notion that at all costs we have to win this game. I don't
That's
think
another question I have written down. I was thinking I
exactly,
was waiting to ask you.
exactly like this is not like a make or break for us. But of course,
Yeah.
we do understand that once we get a win, it gives us more confidence to
Hmm.
the rest of the games we have. There's also the potential fixture that we may also face Manchester City again in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So if we are able to beat Bayern, which I strongly think we can,
Yeah.
we are likely going to face Manchester City, who
Yeah.
is also playing against Real Madrid, which you still don't know who
Ooh,
goes on.
yeah.
Yeah, but whatever be the case, there is the possibility that we are going to face them again. Now,
Yeah.
we've won 2 games against
Yeah.
them this season. Of course, they
Yeah.
would have that at the back of their minds. And for us, never underestimate the fact that we beat them twice. We've not
Yeah.
beaten them twice on a row for like a very long time.
Long time. Yeah.
We've done that psychologically. We may have that belief that we can still do it again. City are mentality monsters. They've been
Mm-hmm.
doing this for a very long time. For a very long time, I'm referring to like 5, 6 years on a row.
Mm-hmm.
They've consistently been in the mix. They've consistently challenged titles. They've consistently been at this point in time in the league. This is our second time. But you see, we need to also not underestimate the fact that City, it is possible they could go throughout the rest of this league, the remaining fixtures and win. But we
Yeah.
can
10 game.
also exactly, but we cannot also underestimate the fact that they may also drop a point.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is like we are set in stone that if we don't beat this City team, they are likely to go the 10-game unbeaten run. It is not like it is not possible
Yeah.
for them to go on that because we've seen them this season, because this season is quite different from the previous seasons they've had.
Yeah.
We can also say, okay, we'll beat them and then go on that same unbeaten run for the rest of
Yeah.
the games left. So you need to always look at some of these things. For us, yes, it does a lot more to us when we win because
Yeah.
our confidence is up the roof. We know we can go away and dominate games. If we are able to do that at City, then we will have the belief, the players would have that in their heads that, look, we can go anywhere and do it. We have to go to Man U. We have to go to Spurs. We have to go to Wolves. These are very tricky games that we have to win, you know, and and playing away means that those game those away games we have to go there, we have to dominate, we have to be faultless, and we have to defend like a solid team we've been throughout the season. We don't, we also speak like, oh, this is like a pushover game for City. No, it is not. Like you rightly said, they should be scared of us because per per the current form, we are by far the best team in the league.
Yeah.
Defensively, we have a solid defense. We are the best
Yeah.
defense in the league.
Yeah.
We have the best attack in the league too as well. So
Yeah.
so taking into consideration, I think people have the fantasy of, they've already created a City team in their head, and because they are used to City winning, they are used to seeing City go on and batter teams. They think it will be like it is the same City we see. But what they are forgetting is that it is not the same Arsenal we see. This is a completely different Arsenal team. We have a stronger bench now. We have a stronger starting 11. We have the best defense. We have the best attack. And believe me, tomorrow will be. I strongly feel we will convince everybody tomorrow why we have to be in the mix, or why they have to start having conversation about Arsenal. But see, for me, I don't even care about what they say. We don't have to be in those conversations.
We don't need validation. That's it.
Absolutely, we
Yeah.
don't. And so for us, it is their loss. We don't care whether we are in those conversations amongst them or not. For us, it is about doing the needful. It's about going at City and then dominate. Or even if we are being dominated, no problem. But we will still leave the ground knowing that we've done what we are supposed to do. And that is either by win or by draw, or the whole thing is that we don't have to lose. And that's why we have to go there with such a mentality. We do not have to lose, because if we don't lose, we are in the mix. We are topping the the league. Um, and I feel we could take it really to the wire.
Wow. I agree with you, and I never succumb to the notion that we must win at all costs.
Nah, nah,
Yes, we must win, because
but not
when
at all.
we win, yes,
Yeah,
we
because they are
win, it
gained.
gives us that cushion. But we are going to City. We are going to
Mm,
City. This is. I wanted to say this before we go. This is one
mhm,
thing that people do forget. Yeah,
mhm,
it's crazy. Like I read it somewhere.
mhm.
On Arteta's revolution. That's the guy.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
it is crazy about all. Let me read.
Mhm.
Crazy, crazy thing about all this is that Pep in 7 years never won at Anfield
Wow, I see.
in the league, and Klopp in 8 years never beating Pep at Etihad in the league. Maybe
Mm,
reading, I went through the comment and people were saying, "Oh, he lost during the what do you call it, the COVID time." And then in the League Cup, we are not talking about League Cup or Champions League or whatever. We are just talking about the league. People
mm,
tend to bring in, oh, the moment you start talk about the league, then they go, but have you won the Champions League? No, we are talking about the league.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at the stats, it's 8 years and 7 years. It
Mm,
means, and within those years, they were
yeah.
the, I'll say, I think Liverpool competed for the league about 3 times within that time, where they
Mhm,
were second first, they were second first, and then second sometime, and then you understand. But the 7 years
mhm,
between those managers, and none of them have won home and away.
mm,
Like, it tells you that we don't necessarily need to go there and win as
yeah.
much as others to win. You
Mhm,
understand?
yeah.
But where we lost the league last season was not because we lost against City,
Mhm,
the 2 games. It is the games we lost that we drew. The
mm,
Liverpool we drew, we were
yeah.
leading 2. The West Ham game, we were
Mm,
winning 2.
mhm,
Those points we dropped.
mm,
It's six points.
yeah.
We're leading with 5 points already. So imagine having those 6 points. We would have won the league even if we had lost those 2 games against City. You
Mm,
understand? Losing against Brighton, and then what do you call it? Um, which team we drew with 2-2 or something. But those teams. So this stats tells you that that narrative that Arsenal should win at all costs, it's not
we need to
needed.
get it. Yeah, we need to
But I
just get
also
it.
know, I also understand why they are saying that. It is setting the agenda.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
again, they will have something to say.
yeah.
How do you compete if you cannot go to your rivals and win?
Mm, mm, yeah.
But if you go through, that's what I'm saying. I think it has to do with this current generation of fans and social media and everything. But going back, you could see when we're competing with United for the league and stuff,
Mhm,
you know, it was the same. We
mm,
either win and then lose there, or. So,
yeah.
well, I want us to move on to the next topic, and then we
Okay.
talk about our team
Mhm,
and preferred lineup. This is
mhm.
my preferred lineup. I don't
Okay.
know So I'll run you through my preferred lineup, and then
Okay.
if you want to add some changes, you
Okay.
can. Okay. So this is my preferred lineup as usual. The last game we played, we started with this team.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tight game, a very stubborn. I'm not even talking about the Porto game. I'm talking about the Brighton game.
The Brighton, yeah.
No, is it Brighton? Brentford. Sorry,
Brentford, yeah. Brentford, yeah.
Brentford. Yeah, the Brentford game. It was quite nerve wracking. I nearly broke my leg. I'm telling you, like I nearly, and I was watching the game like late here, you know,
Ah,
all alone.
I hope you didn't wake the family up.
I try not to no for that. I've been doing it for years, so I
Oh,
but
okay.
sometimes I feel like, man,
You
this
can't, you can't.
give me no. I'm just sometimes the next day my wife will go like, yeah, I know you were trying to keep your voice down, but
We
man,
heard you.
be careful, you are not growing younger. Yeah, but yeah, this is my preferred lineup. And
Oh,
yes, I want to ask you this question before we start.
mm-hmm,
As much as I loved Ramsdale, yeah,
mm-hmm.
what was your take again, like with the energy surrounding Rhea David, our goalkeeper?
No, I think for Raya, we need to take so many things into context.
Yeah,
Um, Ramsdale, a big character,
mm,
and he is like the in your face type of player, goalkeeper.
yeah,
He brings a lot of laughter. He really interacts with the fans, which is a big character, like I said. Raya is like the opposite. And
yeah,
for when you're playing for a big club or when you're playing at the very top level, you need to be 100% focused throughout the game. You remember last season or last summer, Ramsdale had the interview on the
yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah.
He
He
said
admitted
he
that.
he enjoys giving it back to the fans,
Yeah,
yeah, away fans or opposing fans when he's in goal. And sometimes he drops his focus a bit.
yeah,
Um, and that is something Raya doesn't do. He
mm,
maintains focus. They have certain features that complement each other in a way.
yeah,
Ramsdale is taller than Raya,
yeah.
but Raya
Okay.
has a bigger fingers
Yeah,
than Ramsdale, and
yeah.
so his ball catching in the air is much
This.
better than
Okay.
Ramsdale. Ramsdale is more or less like a shot stopper,
Yeah.
So those one-off saves, those instantaneous saves, he can do that.
Mm,
Now Raya adds a lot more to what Ramsdale brings. So Raya, can start off an attack and is very quick to as well. He can play with his feet, which is very different from Ramsdale. In the beginning, Raya was a bit shaky, which is understood. Again, he's coming to a bigger team. No
yeah.
disrespect to Brentford, but he's now in a team where the expectations are higher and it has to be like faultless every time. So that may have gotten to him in the beginning, but he looks very settled. And it is also important for us to also know before Ateta had gone in for Ramsdale, he
Ramsdale,
went in
yeah.
for
Mm, true, true,
which
true.
was not successful, and that was how he
Yeah.
turned to Ramsdale. So Raya has been his ideal keeper from the get go. He never really had the opportunity to sign him the previous seasons, and so that is it. But of course, the fans are more warmed up to Ramsdale, and so it was quite difficult for them to see like a favorite player sit out. But it is it is what it is. The game at that level is ruthless. The game at that level is unforgiving. The
Mm.
same Ramsey did the same thing to Leno. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
he came in straight away, picked the number one spot. Leno had to, sit it out as well. But yeah, it is something that we then have to, really look at it and say, pair what the manager wants to do, how the manager wants the team to play, who better fits in that system. And it is just easy to say that Raya is doing a better job for Mikel Arteta, and we just have to support the decision of the manager.
Well, yeah,
What
I fully agree. For me, I never understood the energy. Like for me, any player we sign, I'm ready to give that player the chance. Because history is there to teach us. You
Yeah,
understand? I
right.
remember when Henry came, he was missing chances. Before we've
Mm,
had an elder who was burying his chances right, left, and center. Right, right. I
yeah.
remember one particular game that really got me on the edge. Like I was like, come on, I know you can do it because he
Mm,
did in the '98 World Cup. I'm talking about
mm.
Henry here.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but we played Liverpool in the final FA Cup,
Mm,
lost. Owen
mm,
scored the last two goals, like the last few minutes, and
mm,
that particular game got me so annoyed with, for the lack of word, like so pissed with Henry that time
mm.
because
Yeah.
he made so many chances. Yes, the referees could have done better because the Liverpool players were saving with their hands on the line and stuff, but he
Mm,
missing chances, right?
mm,
But time, you understand?
yeah.
Time,
Yeah.
time proved us or me that yes, he's the guy. I knew
Right.
from the beginning, but he was getting on my
We're not
nerves.
patient. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was getting on my nerves. I was patient with him, but he was getting on my nerves. I was like, kind of, score your goals. But
Yeah.
anyways, that was my energy towards, yeah. And one thing I like, and a lot of people don't spot it, to have a team that plays this type of football, you
Hmm.
need a calm head, like a goalkeeper from the back.
Right. Right.
Look at how calm
Hmm.
um, um, this guy, um, Man City's keeper.
Edison. Mm,
Look at how he is.
mm,
Extremely calm.
yeah. You even
He
look
knows
at Alice.
to hush.
Mm,
I listen to. I listen
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And don't forget, even some few games into his season with Arsenal, he made some dodgy
Yeah.
goalkeeping, right? And
Yeah.
people were, but I was like, you people, how do you watch football? The best keepers we're talking about in the league, that is Allison and Edison. Look at them. They've made so many mistakes that
Yeah.
has cost their team. But because the team, did it cost the team? Yeah, to some extent, save the team most of the time. It is part
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
One thing we needed, that was last season, was a keeper of this stature.
Mm, mm,
Extremely. When he gets the ball, I am not, I'm cool. I know his delivery is on point.
yeah.
When he catches, I know his throwing is on point.
Yeah.
He knows how to delay the game when it's
Mm,
necessary.
mm,
Every good team, I can name you all the teams around the world, and you can see, look at the goalkeepers they have, especially those who have won, the teams that have won the leagues.
mm,
Leagues.
yeah.
Leno, I said Leno. Bayern Munich's keeper. What is his name?
Noah. Manuel Noah.
Noah. And other keepers. You understand? You need that kind of character.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
So that he forever he would start as long as he's fit, he will start. And right, Mr. Dependable. That's
Oof.
like he's, he's hmm, what is the word? I know it's undermined or underestimated or whatever, but I want a different word. Just they don't respect him. They don't want to respect him because.
Underrated.
But
Underrated.
no, I know the word is underrated, but it is just disrespect. And I'll tell you
Mm,
the reason why
mm,
they did it like that, because they wanted him to fail.
mm.
Because when we
Yeah.
signed,
Yeah.
they were asking us for signing like an unknown player for 50
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
And I remember the first game he played in and we lost at Brentford.
Mm, yeah.
So fast forward to today, they're like, they've just,
Yeah.
I know what you're doing, but I'm not looking, but I'm still, and you're not
Yeah.
going to get the credit you deserve. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
If you really want to understand like what I'm trying to say, look at how a lot of people reacted to his decision not to join the national team.
Yeah. That's also, it shows you a lot. It shows that people really, again, when it is
Rate
Arsenal.
him, rate him.
Yeah.
They rate him now. So it's like we rate you. We want to see you play for the national team to win, and you're refusing to go. That's where the energy is coming from.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a very, it's a very dicey situation because at the moment there's no better right back in the UK
Yeah,
than Ben White.
yeah.
And it's not even like a natural right back, you know.
Hmm.
And but when you look at Gareth Southgate, the England coach, this has
Yeah,
always been him, you know. Even when Maguire was just thinking it out at Man United, it comes to the England national teams, and it starts.
yeah,
It starts when you look at a player like Calvin Phillips. He barely got a game in Man City, and through during those times, he was being called,
yeah,
to be part of the English team. And so there's always the part where most of these players would definitely feel like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I was very at the bottom of the pecking order, which I think Ben White understood. But on current form, if you are going to select me and not value me as a player and not rate me enough to for me to be part of the playing team, then perhaps I'm better off staying at my club or staying at a place where I'm valued and I'm respected and I'm cherished, you know. And and that's why you need to also understand him. For me, I really don't care what people are saying about him. I mean, he doesn't watch football and he's playing about it. There are so many players who don't watch football. Why should that be a big deal? And I was listening to some other Arsenal fans, and they are saying this shows how people are not able to manage people they think they are different at the workplace. Because he's a footballer, should he be watching football like any other footballer? You know, it doesn't make sense because when it comes to training, when it comes to what he does on the pitch, he does his job really well. He has actually risen in the pecking order. To be honest, I would even pick him over Walker, you know,
yeah,
because he's doing it and he's been consistent this season. You know, if you want to look back at what Walker has done, that's fine. He's also been at the top level for a very long time. But this season, it's been Ben White, arguably the best right back in the league. You know, so
yeah.
so so you have to look at all these things and look at, you know, you just have to understand him as a player. You know,
All
but
right.
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at your lineup,
Yeah.
top top lineup. It's almost like the same as mine. Like you
Okay.
said, same as the one we had against Brentford. So yeah.
So if you agree, I just want us a quick one.
Hmm.
If you have to make some changes, let's say we are or let's say 3-1, and you have to make some changes, or even
3-1
2-1,
against
1-0
3-1 against.
against Man City. Let's say we are
Oh,
leading, yeah, we are leading
okay.
3-1, 2-1, or even 1-0, but we are
Mm-hmm,
leading. Well, we are
mm-hmm,
leading.
mm-hmm.
What are changes? The list bench.
No, I mean, to be honest, if we don't if we don't have maybe a player who is limping or a player who just picked a knock or two, I'll leave it at that, and then sub on, um again, depending on how they are playing. I'll bring in an extra defensive um player. It could be Thomas Partey, it could be Tomiyasu, you know, to either to Martinelli or to Saka, so that we can sit that one out. But also we have to also be careful so we don't have to
Like
invite a
pressure.
lot of pressure onto us. But these are players that defensively they can do the job. So once we pick up maybe in the 70 something minute or in the 80th minute, we bring these players on who are now able to um, uh, shut all those pressure out. And then once you have a player like Martinelli or even Trossard with Kai Havertz up top, or even at some point in time, Gabriel Jesus could also come on. Once you have them and we hit them with a counter, these players can easily do the damage because they have the pace and they are prolific in front of goal. So
Yeah.
yeah, for me, um, uh, at some point in time in the game, I would love to see Trossard. I'd love to see Tomiyasu and Pate solidifying it, but it depends on the results. If we are behind, then you would want more attacking threat. If we are in the lead, you would have to solidify your lead by protecting the defense. And by doing that, it means you need to bring in more attacking and defensive minded players, but who could also equally do damage when they are going for it. And somebody like Thomas Partey could do that because he can sit together with Rice in the defense, but he can also, allow Rice to go, like Jorginho allows Rice to also go, because Jorginho does exceptionally well in breaking the play, but
Yeah.
he does not have the pace. Thomas
Yeah.
Partey has the strength, he has the pace, he has the power, he can shoot from outside the box too as well. So there's that dynamics you want to see, and how I want Ateta to approach this game is exactly like the lineup you've predicted. But at some point in time in the game, like I said, Thomas Partey has to be in there. Tommy
Yeah.
Yasu has to feature.
I fully agree. I fully agree. Okay,
Mm.
so let's go on to the next topic on the agenda, and the topic is the combined 11. And this particular one, I will put my bias aside.
Mm.
Bias aside, we are looking at players that will be playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
With we are not factoring in players that are injured. So we know Walker is out. We know Stone is out, and
Mm-hmm.
then from the Arsenal side, we are good. So um, I think the keeper, they have a doubt with their keeper, but let's say he will play because he trained. So
Okay.
this one, I'll let you do, and we agree and disagree, and quickly then we can. So who would you go first? The goalkeeper.
To be honest, yeah, and I know this is going to be hard. And bias aside,
Yeah,
um, and again, you are looking at form, players in
yeah,
current form,
yeah,
what players are doing this season.
yeah,
I would go for Raya. I would go for Raya because if you look at the most clean sheets, it is Raya.
yeah, yeah,
Um, Edison has been at that level for a very long time. I
yeah.
can't remember. I don't remember if he had won the best keeper before with the most clean sheets.
No, I don't really think so. I think
Yeah, but but yeah, no. Nevertheless, I still feel, for me, I'll go with David Raya. for this one. So David Raya for me.
I don't, like I said, I'm not going to use bias, but I can't help to agree with you because I'm
Mm,
looking this season. We are not
yeah.
looking him, the keeper that won the league last season. We are talking about this season. The 28 games that have been played. The number of games David has played, and then him. When you compare the two, he has done
Mm,
better.
yeah.
You understand? So I go with okay, right back. This is an easy one because yeah, I would answer one because I'll pick White.
Okay.
The reason is simple. Um, Walker will admit himself he hasn't been on great form this season. He's been doing okay, but he's been in and out of the team a couple
Mm,
times. So we are
yeah.
looking at the number of games he has played, and he's part of we are looking at White, the number of games he played, and he's part of a back four that has the best defensive record. You cannot take the two or the goalkeeper and not add him. You understand what I mean?
Mm, mm,
So I'll give it to him.
right.
So what do you think? And I'm telling you, listen, this is my back four,
Mm,
and 11. And
okay.
I'm using form. I'm
Okay.
using form. I'm not
And
using name
this season.
this season and this
Yeah.
season. This season and form. Let's emphasize on it because people tend to overlook it. I'm using this season and form, the number of games that have been played.
Mm,
My
mm,
back four, my back four is White.
okay.
I'll go with Saliba and Gabriel
Okay.
unit. And
Wow.
yes. And
No
then
space
and
for gas.
no. Not for me. Not for me. I've watched him. I've watched him. Everybody, when you watch a player, you what you want to see, you see. You understand what you're
Mhm.
looking for. I'm looking for certain things. He doesn't have it for me. But anyways, he's a winning team. So, but I'm looking at form, right?
Mm,
Saliba bro has the best, including White and the
mhm.
goalkeeper, the
Yeah.
best record.
Oof.
Let I'll give it to Ake. And the reason is that our left back is been like inconsistent,
Mm,
right?
mhm,
Kivio came in some few games now. He's solid, but
mhm.
looking, that's why I said the season, from the
Yeah.
beginning of the season till date. So I'm being fair here. You
Okay.
understand? I don't want to be
Okay.
biased. So I'll give it to okay. So this is my back line. Give me your back line.
So my back line, I would also go for Ben White as my right back.
Mhm.
You know what? I'll definitely have to have Diaz in there.
Okay.
He's been also very, very instrumental for City this season. I would admit I've not watched him a lot this season, but I mean the few times I watched him, he's been incredible. And so for me, right, I know Saliba has been great, but I would have Ruben Diaz and Gabriel,
Gabriel. Okay.
and I'll put in Nathan Ake too as well.
Okay. All right. So I was thinking you were going to take Gabriel out and put yeah. I would
No,
have told you that listen,
not
even
after
Gabriel,
not
we
after the glowing props
defense.
you've given. So
No, but
I dare not
I'm
put
come
it.
to add this one to it on top of it. This is the
Mm,
icing on the cake. For
mm,
him, we tend to forget he's been scoring goals, not just goals, but
yeah,
important
yeah,
goals.
yeah,
How many
yeah,
goals has Diaz scored this season? That's the
oof,
question. So
yeah,
sometimes we need to, yes, and I'm repeating myself. Diaz is in a good team. He's a good
mm,
player, a very
yeah,
good. But if you look at the impact of Gabriel and
mhm,
even Saliba has chipped in a couple of goals already,
right,
right?
yeah,
But I understand where you are coming from. But the games I've seen Diaz played this particular season? Hey, hey,
It doesn't. It doesn't come nowhere near the two.
investigative journalist, I'm watching. Yeah, but okay, so give me your midfield three. Let's see.
Okay, so my midfield three. To be honest, I know De Bruyne hasn't played a lot,
Yeah.
but I would definitely have De Bruyne in there. I would have Rice, and I would have Rodri. To be honest,
Yeah.
I would go for Rice, Rodri, De Bruyne.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's this part of me that wanted to disagree with you a little bit.
No, please feel free. Feel free.
No. But at the same time, it is hard to, based on what I said, we are looking at form, we are
Mm,
looking at all that, you know.
yeah.
De Bruyne has not been the De Bruyne we know, but
No,
we
but
also know,
oh, yeah.
but hold on, but we
Hmm.
also know in the past few games he has
Hmm.
contributed a lot, and
Yeah.
that shows his class.
Yeah.
That is, I wanted to disagree with you, but at the
On
same time,
him.
yes, on him being
Mm,
in this, because we're talking about the form of the season,
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, but the little time, the little, like, the number of games he has played already, he has shown his
Hmm.
class. I'll give it to him. You
Mm,
understand? And I think the other two, there's no debate.
right.
You understand? Yeah,
Right.
and the only debate for De Bruyne is the injury, because he
Mm,
went down.
yeah.
But no doubt,
Mm,
absolutely no
yeah.
doubt. Okay,
Yeah.
you're on three.
Front three. Oof. Okay. All right. So I'll go for um Saka.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'll chicken Martinelli, to be honest.
Shake my
Um
hand. Thank you. This is
to be to be to be honest, I mean I get the whole um hype around Foden. But I mean I've
no,
watched it.
no.
It's not.
Listen. Hold on. For me, it is a useless debate, anyways. That is straight. Listen. Thank you for mentioning his name. That has called my mind on something.
Mm,
I understand Saka is relevant, so every single player they want
mhm.
to. He's the yardstick. I get it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But it is becoming too much. A player plays 10 games, he's better than Saka. Foden, Foden has been in that Man City team
Mm.
last
Since it's
season. No,
yeah.
last season. Yeah, last season. Why didn't they compare him with Saka? Because Saka
Mm,
had huge numbers.
yeah,
They
yeah.
do that. The season before, why are they just taking just this season to tell us
Hmm.
that Foden is better? But 2 seasons ago, when Saka was Sakaing, yeah, yeah,
I like that. When Saka was what?
yes, Sakaing, you know, they were not comparing Foden to and on top of it, that annoying thing is Chelsea fans too, with this Cole Palmer. And this is not me saying they are not good players. They are good players,
No, but
but
to be honest, they come nowhere near Saka. I mean,
they
Saka
come
is
nowhere near him. And listen,
miles, miles.
I want to understand this modern age of, like, football fans and but it is too much.
Yeah.
You
No,
can
for
you
me,
can say, oh, he's playing like the way Saka has been playing. You understand? But to just come out and say he's better than him. Last season, Saka had huge numbers. Nobody talked
mm,
about football.
mm, mm,
They dare not. A season ago, 2 seasons before, Saka was doing it.
Yeah.
Never talked
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
this season. Even this season, when you look at the stats and everything, Saka is still
Like
ahead.
the
But,
absolute
but you can
disrespect.
you can tell that because of the respect opposition teams have for Saka now,
Mm-hmm.
fear that he brings, they
Yeah.
quadruple on or sextuple on him or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
they will put 10 players on him. You
Yeah.
understand? And still he still has the numbers. Let's wait next season. If they want to compare, Foden next season, when now everybody gives him the respect, they look
Mm.
at the team and they look, okay, it is no more De Bruyne because the legs is going and injuries and stuff. It is
Yeah.
Foden have to focus on. Let's see. Then
Yeah.
we that is how I look at things.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
If that, I wouldn't
I get.
even compare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I agree with
No,
your point.
yeah, yeah. No, no. I understand your point on Foden and the Saka thing. It's like, it's also becoming tiring, to be honest. And if you're an Arsenal fan, like anyone who comes up is easily compared to Saka. I know Saka is not like the yardstick,
Yeah.
and opposition fans would also want to have their own version of Saka. So anyone that comes up from their team has to be compared to him. But yeah, no, Saka is just insane. Foden struggles to even get into the City team. He comes in and goes. He comes in and goes, and so he's not like really, really like up there in even in the City team. So
Look at what the Ferdinand brother said just a couple of days ago.
oh,
And
those
no,
people, those
it is
people.
not what he's saying. For me, remember when we played my United, yeah, in the preseason,
Yeah,
and they won that game 2-0.
yeah,
I did a podcast with a friend,
mm,
it's a channel, and a United fan came on, and he
mm,
was like, and I remember my words. I said, guys, the boy is young, his quality.
mhm,
Don't
mhm.
compare him with Rice because Rice has played the league 2 seasons already, 3 seasons already.
Yeah,
This guy needs to come in with the quality and do it for that number of years before you start.
right, right.
What you are doing, or you guys are already doing, is putting a target on his back. The next game, he got injured.
Mm,
He's back, played a couple of games, scored a couple of goals. They've started the game. And nobody is saying don't praise your player, but give him that room. Let him make mistakes. Because
mm,
now what you are doing now is the moment he makes any mistakes, it will be amplified. And he's
yeah,
too young for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My concern as a Ghanaian,
You have a point.
and yes, as a Ghanaian, I remember Jack Wilshere. This
Mm,
guy is not doing what Jack Wilshere was doing when
yeah,
he threw. You understand?
yeah,
And in that time, Wenger was telling us, let's calm down, let's do this.
mm,
And all the hype, what happened?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I and it's coming from ex-players and stuff. Like, guys, you played the game,
Hmm.
but hey, it is what it is. It's
It-
part
Yeah,
of modern day fandom. So it's okay.
yeah,
We
yeah,
move. It is their player. It
yeah.
is their player. I remember telling that Man United supporter that, listen, that game, you guys won two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were you, I'll be more worried about how my team played because I need to see a pattern. And they carried the way they played in the preseason into the season. And that is
Mm,
why they're having a shitty season.
mm,
You understand? They do tend to hype results too quick. Anyway,
yeah.
move on to our last and final prediction.
Ooh. Well, to to be honest, I think it is going to be a very tight game.
Mhm.
We will either
Would
win
would you take
2-1.
a draw? If would you take a draw like right now?
Absolutely.
Let's take
Absolutely.
a draw.
Absolutely. I wouldn't
No.
mind. I wouldn't mind if we drew.
No.
Um um as as long as we don't lose to them. But for
Yeah.
me, like I said, it is going to be a very tight game. And I think I would go for a 1-0 win to Arsenal, or 2-1 win for Arsenal. Either 1-0 win or 2-1 win for Arsenal.
It's people do forget it's in our DNA. When the odds are down, Arsenal
Mm,
do turn out to be counted. I remember
right.
when for the Champions League, the year we went to the final, people were
Hmm.
laughing. We got Madrid. We're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then the next game, Juve, it's like we are
Mm,
out. The team
yeah.
that actually caused us problem was the
Mm,
team everybody thought we should beat easily. That was the
mhm.
Villarreal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So I know times have changed and all that. Look at Ateta, his first managerial season. He won against Man City in the semi-final, and
Hmm.
then is it the final or the semi-final? The
Yeah. Yeah.
final.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the
Then
semi-final.
the semi-final, and then
Yeah. And then we beat Chelsea at the
we,
final.
but before we played Man City, he beat Liverpool before
Liverpool. Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he has shown he can win against these top teams. Okay, City has been a little bit a thorn in our flesh, but hey, there comes a time, Mother Mary will shine a light on you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also going with, when your mind gives you like 4-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is what my mind was. My mind and
4-1.
my
4-1 to who?
yeah, yeah, to us now.
Wow. That would be insane.
No, but I'm saying that so that if it happens, that is my actual feeling. That is what
Right.
I'm feeling. We will shock everyone.
Right. Right. Right.
Like we will
Wow.
shock everyone. But at the
Oof.
same time, I feel it could be a 2-2. This is my emotions, right?
Mm, okay.
One, 2-2, 2-1, and then maybe
Hmm.
one or a 2-0. But there is something in there that years ago I'll be like, if you ask me, I will not say anything. But I feel I'll take a draw too. I'll take a draw, easily take a draw. But I think um
Mm.
yeah, I think yeah. I think I'll go with you went with a 2-1-0.
Yeah. Either 1-0 or 2-1.
Oh man, I need a heart monitor. If it's going to be 1-0, I don't know whether I'll be able to finish the game.
Oh, you
But
will. You will. You will.
yeah, but I think it will be 2-0.
Oh.
But don't forget, I'm telling you, don't be surprised if we win 4-1.
Ah.
Don't
Wow.
be
That's
surprised.
that's that's some big prediction. That's some that's some
Yes.
big
Yeah.
that's some bold prediction. Yeah. Yeah.
We
But
would
yeah,
we would we would we will come. I think I don't know your this thing, but I think we should do this more. I really enjoyed it.
same
And
here. Same here. Same here.
and I think we should come after and then we do a
Yeah.
reaction after the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be down. I'll
So
be down.
yeah. Then tomorrow I'll send you the link the moment the
Okay.
game is done. I don't know whether we can do a watch along. I don't know.
Um. Yeah.
If
I
no, but I cannot. I
we'll,
will not be
we'll
able to
speak for.
control
We'll
my.
speak
I'll be
for.
my gem my hey come again.
Yeah.
Let's leave it like that. Where
Okay. Okay.
we time get what we have to, but we have to come and do them. What do you call it?
A post match, right?
Yeah, post match. Yeah.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Charlie, it
Uh,
is nice chatting with you. And
Same here, same here, same here.
yeah,
Thank you so much. I really did
yeah.
enjoy it myself. It's always nice
We
to
should,
have such conversations with fellow um,
yeah,
Ghana.
yeah. We are going to build a community here.
Sharp, sharp, sharp,
Guys,
sharp.
this is our first podcast, yeah, for the love of Arsenal. If you come across this video, leave your comment. What do you think? Your suggestion, your scoreline, and whatever. We will talk about it in the next
Yeah,
episode. Thanks for joining us. This is your number one Arsenal fan, me, Neil Amte, and then my big brother, number one Arsenal fan, Neil Amte. Bro,
sharp,
thank
sharp,
you
sharp.
for showing
All
up.
right, thank
Thank
you,
you
thank
for
you,
showing
thank
up.
you, thank you.
We'll leave you here.